The purpose of this video is to identify what It's Learning has to offer CSA 8 students and our families. When a student logs in to It's Learning using their Novell login that they used to log into the computer with, they'll come to the Central Chargers homepage, and there's lots of great information on here about what's going on at school for students and parents. For using the It's Learning app for CSA, you will be utilizing a couple of things heavily: the courses tab here at the top and the calendar tab for courses. When you click on it, you'll see your CSA 8 courses, and each of our courses will start with some type of homepage or landing page that has the important information that we feel students need for our course. And you can see mine here. The landing page will always have things that you need. And then if you were to click at the top inside of our courses for science or math or social studies or English, if you click resources, you can see kind of the nuts and bolts or the content that we're saving throughout the year. Okay, so that resource is where kind of everything is stored for our courses. So there was mine. You can also see here's Mrs. Burns from math, and she too has the landing page and then the resources show over here. Inside of each course, if you were wanting to know what's going on that day and what the plans are for the day and what the homeworks are going to be, you can click plans and it'll show you what that teacher has planned for this day. This is Mrs. Burns' plan for open house tonight because that's what she has to showcase. If I were to go to my science course and click plans, you would see our plan for and this is list, I'm going to put it in table. You'd see our plan for the first day of school and the second day of school. And in that, we have our driving question or the why of what we're doing, our goal for that class period or day. Charge Up For Me are my bell ringers. You can always look under the announcements and see things that we feel like our students need to know for that day or upcoming days. Daily activities, this is the nuts and bolts of what's happening in class. I like to look at that under the list view that I'll go to for a minute because it makes it a little clearer. Resources are where any of the digital media that you would need for that day or for the homework would be listed. And then homework is where you'd see what our expectations are to have done and be ready for the next day or later on. If I click list, I can see this kind of in a list format, and you can see that the daily activities is more laid out, easier to read. And you can get to the plans per class inside of our courses through the plans tab, or your other option is to go to the calendar and you can go to plans in the calendar and see the plans. This is the week before school starts. Here's the week of school. So you can see the plans for the entire first week of school. So far, we have a couple of days, 1 or 2 in, but for the week of, you'll be able to see what type of things are happening and especially what homework there's going to be on those first couple days. You can see your English here. Here's science. We have social studies and math. So in a one-stop shop, you can see what the homework is for the entire week for all 4 core CSA 8 classes. We also encourage you with It's Learning to download the app to your phones as a great way to use the messaging, and you can click new messages and send messages to teachers at night or on the weekend if you're struggling with something or have questions. We're much more likely to see it on our phone versus going to an email. We'll probably see that the next day once we get to school, but we encourage parents to utilize the messenger and just say, hey, this is Jacob's mom asking about this, or students always. So it's a great way to keep in contact, and we really love what It's Learning has to offer us.